So my name is Huguette. I'm from Rwanda. Grew up in Switzerland and just moved to Ghana.
Have you ever had chocolate like this? I've never had chocolate like this.
Good morning, world. It's your boy FRE$H Fresh. And I'd like to welcome you to my first and most likely only mixtape, Dare to Be Different. What you're gonna get out of this mixtape is hope. The chance to see that there's another way to live, another way to make it to the top. The Flyboy way.
Ooh, look at that sandwich, dog. Ooh, he made it up. Yeah.
It's my guy right there. It's my guy right here, y'all. It's my guys right here, yo. They really know how to make the sandwich, yo. We got it. We had to lead that. We had to lead the United Nations conference. We had to leave the United Nations conference because man, listen, they ain't had no real food here. Y'all know I'm in New York City, so I'm definitely not eating that rabbit food. But let's go, y'all. Guys, right here. It's my sandwich back over there. Y'all see my sandwich over there cooking? Yeah, it's a good guy right there, man. Yeah. All right.
Welcome to New York.
Hey. Okay. Well fed. Relieve myself. Now it's time for the second half of Unstoppable Africa here in New York City. We are getting ready to go to the other area. I'm not quite sure where it's at. We're gonna take a walk. Y'all can walk with me through the city. And I know we gotta pass the place and then go to the left somewhere, but let's go.
I don't know.
Grand Central. So I got a phone. Walking past the other spot right now, y'all. Unstoppable Africa right there. We're gonna go to the other one. It means make sure. Alright, so the other one is around the corner.
We can go.
The other center, the
Oh. Alright.
Yeah.
You're gonna make a left over here.
Right. Park Avenue? On Park Avenue.
41st Street.
41st?
In the back. Yeah,
Oh, it's in the, okay, alright, cool. Nah, she nice though. Nah, that's nice. That's definitely nice. Oh, I didn't know you could go that way. That's great. Now we could have probably went through the whole thing and went out the back way and then went across the street to the other place. But I like to walk in the city, man. I like walking in the city. So why not walk in the city and give you guys a little viewpoint? Not of me, but of the city.
First of all,
always construction, y'all. Always construction. Walk with me, NYC. Definitely feel like a good walk after that nice hefty meal. Oh man. Subway. That's nice. Oh, that's nice too. Somebody with a bike coming? Yep. Okay. Okay. Wait, is this another sensor? Check it out.
I was bringing you guys to show the PVC when you were there. The conversation that I had with them is nothing to do with me. Okay. Just something totally different, right? Just a totally
Wait,
different.
it's the same one. Is there another one?
Is it too noisy?
Like, is there another part?
The phone. What is that?
No, but like another building.
Same building.
The same building. The whole.
40 seconds.
No, all right. So there's a part where there's other programs, like side programs.
No, I don't know.
Oh,
Because
shucks.
I think you got this gonna finish at 6, gonna got a new, the program
But
finish at 10.
there's another one that's at 2 o'clock. I'm just trying to figure out where it's at.
Okay.
Like, is this the only place it's happening?
I don't know. I don't know.
Okay. Who can I ask somebody real quick? She got one that's not white either. Where's the thing at? Hold on a second. Who got the white one, man? Oh, is that white one right here? Alright. Hey, what's going on, man? Yeah, the white one. Where's the other one where the YouTube is at?
Sorry?
The other one.
What other one?
The other building. It's like side missions or something like that?
No. We're not.
Oh, you're not? Yeah, the white one. Okay.
I'm sorry, I didn't get what exactly do you want?
Alright, so there's another part of this.
Okay.
No?
Another part of what?
Where there's like another event with
Oh, no, so that's the United Nations event that's going on, not this one.
Okay. Yes, thanks. Hold on, yeah.
So it's like yeah, in Miami.
He might know. Hey, what's up, man? I have a question. Where's the other event? The other?
There's across the street. So just right across.
Oh, right across the street.
Yeah.
Okay, like the big building. Just walk in the big building.
The building at the end, the walkway, and the
So go in the building, go right.
and then corner.
My man, thanks.
Hello. How are you? And what's your name?
Nigeria. We're here to cover United Nations General Assembly 79th edition. And then of course, you can't do that without coming here. It's business across Africa and it's business.
So how do you like the assembly so far?
It's been very revealing, and I think most of the conversations are surrounding the fact that Africa needs to be given more opportunities. I'm glad almost every African leader who has spoken has hammered on that. But it's just left to be seen if it's going to fall on deaf ears or if eventually these conversations will grow and germinate and Africa will be given good positions at the seat of the United Nations.
So what else are you here for?
Well, to meet interesting people, exchange contacts, establish relationships, and just make it count.
Amazing. Let's hear it.
Thank you.
We have His Excellency Musanya Mudavadi, who is the Prime Cabinet Secretary and Foreign Minister of the Republic of Kenya. Also with us, Professor Benedict Oruma, President of the African Export-Import Bank, Advocacy Bank. Ms. Bhumi Madisa is CEO of Bidvest Group and is joining us also on the UnStoppable Africa stage today. And Ms. Julie Monaco, Managing Director and Global Head of Public Sector Group at Citi. Thank you so much, all of you, for being with us. Thank you for your time. Let's get right into it, I guess. Foreign Minister Mudavadi, we've heard this morning about the investment opportunities that exist on the African continent today and how Africa should be the next investment destination for everyone. But in my conversation with Alaji Dangote, he talked about some of the barriers on the continent. And there's a lot of hope pinned on the Africa Free Trade Continental area to alleviate some of these challenges and barriers. What do you see as the main priorities to get this going and to finally lift all these challenges that the continent is facing right now?
Right. First of all, I wish I had benefited from Dangote's conversation, but I can tell you that from where I see it is a question of political goodwill. It is important that the leadership in Africa actually embrace trade and actually embrace the private sector in Africa.
All right, y'all. So we found out the other place is across the street. Like, it was crazy, but it's across the street, so we're gonna get to it. All right. Let's go. That's a nice little outfit. I can't even see the whole thing from the light. Got a whole cape on. My boy.
This is really alarming simply because this very productive sector in Nigeria is, it's putting up a red flag in terms of indices. Where you
All right, so let's get to the other one.
Emeka. Okay. Yeah, this one is better.
Oh, I got it. Okay.
Because my camera is not stable.
You got to get in front. You got to get in front there.
Yeah, I'm going to.
All right. Well, who am I walking for? That's what I'm looking for.
Yes. Just a second. Okay.
Let me see. Can I see?
I like this.
Let's take pictures of it.
No, I just want
Yep. Come around here.
Okay, we back. Finally found where the second place was at. It's called Convenient. And it's like, it's the same building as across the street, but it's around the corner. It's the person in the right one way, New York. But we here, we're gonna flip it around so you guys can see. Ooh. Hello, how you doing? How you doing? All right.
Yeah.
So it's
See you right.
All right, thanks. Oh wait, the other right. All right, so we finally got inside, y'all. All right. Whew. That was crazy hard. Hello, everybody. How you doing? Alright, so now it's like a whole different setup, y'all, from the other building. This is a whole different setup from the other building, y'all. But we made it. I know you don't want to see me. Turn back around. What's going on, man? How you doing? Whoa. Cheese. Hello, ladies. How you doing? Hey. You got the whole menu thing in there? Oh, wow. They actually had a little food over here, though. That's crazy. Let's walk around a little bit, y'all. Let's walk around a little bit. This is what we was at before. This is what we was watching over there. Hello. How you doing? All right. So this is what we was watching in the other building. And then now we here. So walk around the Convene Unstoppable Africa area. This looks more like business, like more business savvy and stuff. But they ain't got the cameraman like they had in the other place. They ain't got it yet, but it's nice. Nice little vibe here. We're gonna walk inside, we're gonna see what it is. Yeah, let's see. I see they got meetings over here or something like that, so let's see. Oh, hold on. Let's go to these people right here. Bang. And we're back. Whoa. Let's see if we can join in anywhere. Just walk to different conference rooms and stuff. Let's see, Queen of Sheba. Let's see what's going on here. Oh, let's see if we can get in.
They understood what they had. They knew they had the numbers, and they said, you know what, let us have a Latino gang. Let's have our music. We don't need to sing in a language that is not ours to be heard. The world will bend, you know. And I feel if we do the right thing, the world will bend to us. It's about understanding, it's about having the right conversations, it's about creating opportunities for people. If I never knew Hardness Range from anywhere before. She's just a girl from Tanzania that wants to go to school, you know. She's got a very beautiful story like mine. She used to trek to hours to get to school, but she happens to be one of the best students from the Ranking Foundation that finished at the African Leadership University, and she's here in the States. So like, this is a dream come true for her. This is me living my dreams through her. So just imagine how many of Hardness Range we have in the continent. Imagine how many rankings we have in the continent. You know, for me, I'm calling on everyone. I'm calling on you guys, stakeholders, everywhere you think you can come in and make this course a great one. Definitely, you're welcome. We're open to relationship. The reason I'm here is as a result of relationship. You know, when I met my visionary leader,
Oh yes.
I remember what I told her. You know, she said, "What do you do aside music?" I said, I want to touch lives." She said, "That's all." I said, yes. And I was too quick to say, and I'm not into, you know, I'm not into politics. She said, "Okay, so what else?" I said, "I chose service to humanity." And she said, "Okay, you know what, you're good." So that was what brought us close. And, you know, she saw something I didn't see in myself. You know, on the course of our journey, you know, me learning and keeping relationship has brought me here. It's going to take me far. So I believe there's a reason why we're here. So I'm calling on everyone. There's a saying in Yoruba that says, "Ibi call the dagoshi," you know, which means one tree doesn't make a forest. So we coming together collectively think we're unstoppable. The unstoppable Africa we're talking about is us. And literally everyone here. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I think you leave me with a lot of hope, and I don't know about you, but there's something about the energy in this room that's really and truly hopeful listening to you, Pacha Rankin. I'm going to sit the stage now and call Amutna, because a lot has been said about how the vision and the dream. So I think it will be you to take us on this interview.
Thank you. Sorry, one more thing. Next time I would love us to have 2 sessions. The talking session and the singing session. So it will be very much easier for me to explain everything while singing. Thank you very much.
Sing!
Wow.
Alright, let's do this.
Okay, so I'm going to teach you guys a new song. It's not out.
Wow.
So recording, just save this on your phone and just enjoy it yourself exclusively. So this song is called Sweet Sweet Africa. It's not been recorded yet. So this is fresh. This is
From the oven.
yeah. This is the story of a place I'm coming from.
Oh wow, I have goosebumps. Literally have goosebumps. Totally shaking. You know, the moment for me was a ground zero moment where you almost feel that you're at a place where nothing can happen and that it's just dire. And yet you can't come from a ground zero to a ground up. It's the story that we've had this afternoon.
I found the room. We made it, y'all. We made it. Stepping back in the building. Oh God, there's a whole bunch of people here. Hold on. I didn't expect that. Jeez. Oh man. Got a nice little lunch area right here. Let's walk around real quick. I think that's the room right there. See if we can get some good seating before everybody loads up.
Look who we see.
Oh man, you guys are everywhere, huh? What's up, y'all? Sheesh.
We out here.
How y'all? You ain't go to the other one either?
The other side?
Yeah. How you doing?
King's package show.
Oh yeah, I got there super early, And okay, you guys might have seen them last time, but let me introduce you to two brothers right here. We got it going on right here.
Boiler Heroes, it's your boy.
You
know.
Okay, and
we have E. Hayek over here. You saw me singing with my man over here.
Oh yeah, you see we tore down the stage. Big facts. All right, y'all. So we are here at the Unstoppable Africa event. This is the second part. You seen the first part earlier. We went and got some food, and now we at the second part that's dedicated to the YouTube content. They had food. I didn't eat their food. I went to the Philly cheesesteak spot to get some real food because ain't no way I'm eating that rabbit food and coming back here. But let's walk around a little bit more. It ain't started yet, right?
Nah, not yet.
Let's walk around more so we can get y'all a tour, y'all. Woo! That's the restrooms right here. Okay, so ain't too much further there. Since we know where we at in the building, man. Just walking around, give y'all guys a tour. Oh my God, pretty jeez. Oh man, bro, like, it's hotter in here than the other place, y'all. I guess they got a nice little space right here too. We just seen the Pretoria King, he's the artist from Africa, I think Afrobeats, Boardroom, nice little seminar place. Okay, so there's the other way there. Everybody got their laptops and everything?
Where's their food? On this side?
Sheesh. Let's see kind of thing here. Hello. Yeah. Stop it. And then, another event. Oh, another brother from this, man. Look at this shit. Yo, what's up, man?
Yeah, you were at.
Yeah. Yo, let them know what your name is. Oh, where you from?
Chris.
Oh, Chris.
Do you mind having the position over there?
Okay.
So stand somewhere else.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right, so we had to move it over here.
Yeah.
Hey, Chris, let them know what you do. Let them know what you. We didn't get you on the last show. We're gonna get you this one, man.
Oh yeah. In real life animation right here. Dark humor. You already know it is. Voiceover artist. Yeah, you know the works.
So where you from?
I grew up in Trinidad and Tobago, but I'm based in New York.
Okay, so what do you do on YouTube? I know you say animation, but like how long you been doing it? What encouraged you to do it? Rather?
I've been, the in real life animation stuff, I would say I've been doing that for like 4 years now. But I've been on YouTube since 2011. Yeah, as a little kid. On an old account, yeah.
So I know a lot of people they know animation, but when you say in life animation, what do you mean by that? Like,
basically, I'm my own cartoon character.
Wait, hold on. Wait a minute. We're not here. So, are you like one of the people that like stand in the corner and do the Spider-Man thing?
Oh, nah, not that.
No.
I tried that one though. I tried that one though, but it didn't work.
I've never seen one of those in person. I've been walking around New York for a long time trying to find one of the people that sit this. Thank you.
Wait, what?
Nah, all right. So, where do you see yourself going in like the next 5 years, and give them anything you got coming up?
Next 5 years, reality TV show.
Okay.
And
let's say a little loud, more bass in your voice, so they know what it is.
Reality TV show.
Yes. Okay. And what do you have? You have anything coming up that you want to mention or something like that?
Just my usual YouTube, my usual dark humor stuff, so keep an eye out for that.
I spelled it out for him. Spell it out in YouTube and Instagram for him.
Oh, CHRISDAARTIST.
Damn. All right, thanks, Chris. All right, peace. Yes. Hey, what's going on, y'all? It's your boy FRE, $H Fresh at the Flyboy Way, all platforms. We gotta go inside real quick, but I want to interview this quick real quick. Who goes by the name?
Crystal Lester.
Quick. Say it again?
Crystal Lester is the shiniest name you'll ever see.
Oh, that's tough. So, Crystal Lester, where are you from? What do you do and all that good stuff?
I am from Chicago. I'm a mental health advocate who uses comedy to cope. So I keep you laughing until you cry, or then you cry until you laugh again.
Shot-town in the building. So how long have you been doing it for, and what inspired you to create go into mental health field, even though it is kind of tough right now because a lot of people have mental health issues?
Well, I have been a full-time content creator for a few years now, but as far as mental health is concerned, I'm just very passionate about my own mental health. I deal with anxiety and high-functioning depression, and so comedy has really just helped me stay sane and helped me create a positive change in the world, so that's why I do it.
Okay. So where do you see yourself in the next 5 years, and do you have anything coming up you want to mention to anybody?
Definitely see myself hosting my own show. So that's going to be a thing.
What kind of show?
My own talk show / variety show, because I'm also an actor and a singer and a writer and all the things. So y'all just look out for that because it's coming. And what was the other part of your question?
Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
So definitely having my own show. And what's coming up next? I'm dropping some new music.
Oh, you do music too?
I do a little bit of everything.
What kind of music?
I don't know how to describe this one. I guess it's like I always have like a different sound. I put out some of everything, like folk. I put out some R&B. I put out some trap. I put out a bunch of different stuff. So like I did a trap Christmas song a couple years ago.
Oh, that's unique. That's definitely unique. So, last but not least, how long have you been doing YouTube, and give them all your contact information? So, let me flip around so you can get it on smooth.
All right, so I've been doing YouTube for a long time, really, since like before Instagram.
Wait, what?
Showing my age. But I've been like really aggressively doing Instagram for the last 2 years.
Okay.
So all of the content that you see pretty much is from the last couple years.
All right.
And you can find me on every channel at Crystal Luster. That's spelled CHRISTALLUSTER. The shiniest thing I've ever seen.
Appreciate it. Thank you for the time. One of the best parts about coming to these things, it's not just you get to see all the celebrities, you get to see all the UN people, but you get to meet the other creators on YouTube. And I don't know why they thought we was gonna be quiet out here. We all content creators. We have here
Bethany.
Bethany. All right, so we're gonna spin this around so you guys can learn what Bethany does on YouTube and how long she's been and all that good stuff. Let's go.
All right.
So we have Miss
Bethany from Beautifully Bookish Bethany.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what do you do?
I mostly talk about books. I review books. I do some like book to movie adaptations and a little bit of fashion.
Real quick question: top 3 books.
Oh my God. Okay, the Broken Earth trilogy by N.K. Jemisin. It's like a sci-fi fantasy mix. It's amazing. Jane Eyre is like a classic, but I love it. And the Song of the Lioness series. It's like kids fantasy, but it's so good. One of my childhood favorites.
See, now the reason why I always count down when I try to ask somebody what their favorite thing is because they say if you can't name it in the first 10 seconds, it's not your favorite thing. And you're trying to think of it, compare them all. All right, so we look like we're about to go in. I want to get a seat. So let them know where they can find you at and more information about your stuff.
You can find me at Beautifully Bookish Bethany on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, all the places. If you're interested, come check it out.
Awesome. Thank you, Bethany. Let me get your information. Let me get the information.
Go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead.
Okay. Nah, I need that. I need that front seat. Y'all know me. I need that front seat. Hey, yo. I need that close camera, baby. Baby, I'm going to be real with you. Let's get this right. Let's get this right first. Oh, Unstoppable. We tell you now, they gotta see the shoes when they see that right there. Ooh. Yes. Hold up. Wait a minute. Unstop.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, hey. Priceless, I tell you, priceless. So who do we have here? What's your name?
I'm Susan. Hi.
Susan.
Yeah.
What do you do on YouTube?
I'm an Afrobeat dancer.
Oh, she's a teacher. She's a teacher. She's a teacher, professor.
Yes, I'm a proud Nigerian.
Okay. NIG. All right, so let me get a quick interview here. What's your YouTube channel?
Nigerian John.
Okay. Yeah. And how long you been doing YouTube for?
Honestly, like 4 years.
4 years?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't
leave me high and dry. Oh, well, I don't wanna jinx it, baby, and twist myself at the spine. Don't wanna overthink it, baby. It's just twist your body and mine. Baby, you give me ice and fire. You're giving me wind and rain.
Oh my God, it's been forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has.
She didn't have any babies. She's on the way to having what, 2, 3?
Oh God, no.
Just asking. So fantastic. I've known Adi for a long time. So I work for Google, and I'm really, really glad that all of you could make it here today, because Africa is represented in this room. And when I look at this room, it makes me so proud, because this is actually the face of Africa, right? I think so often when we see different rooms, you actually look and you say, that does not represent Africa, right? I think Olivier and I are probably the oldest people in this room, but everyone else is really part of that demographic that's going to change what the continent is going to look like over the next 50 to 100 years, right? And Africa is really at that intersection whereby it is our time, and we're going to capture it through the creativity, through the monetization of that creativity. And what you guys do in one way or another in that creative field is really what's going to differentiate, especially in the era of technology, where a lot of things are going to get automated, but creativity will not get automated, right? The ideas, the storytelling, and I know that there's some parts where you can use AI to actually create images and art, etc. But the underlying prompts that need to go to those models still require creativity. And that's one thing that we've seen, especially around the YouTube music with AI, right? That it still takes a really great talent to be able to create that amazing content. So just a couple of things I want to mention. One, Google has been in Africa since 2007. For some of you, you may be like, yeah, that's only 17, 18 years ago. But Google was less than 10 years old when they opened their first office in Africa. California company opening an office in Africa. That shows the foresight and the commitment that Google has for the continent, and understanding that the future of Google cannot be without Africa. As you know, the mission statement of Google is, who wants to tell me? Yes.
It's something of information.
Organize the world's information.
Yeah, something like that.
And make it universally accessible and useful. Actually, you cheated because you're a Googler. Right? But that's really the essence of it, right? The universality of it is critical. You cannot achieve Google's mission if we're not in Africa. And that's why about 4 years ago, we announced a $1 billion investment of the continent to really focus on a couple of things. One, infrastructure. How many of you are creators, actually with channels and doing that? Raise your hands. Fantastic. How much does it cost to host your content on YouTube? I love that. How much would it cost to create a website that hosts the amount of content that you have? Right? And these are some of the things that I would love for you as creators to also talk about when different people say, oh, you know, policies are being made, blah, 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 right? Talk to your policymakers, because they're making laws without seeing some of this value, right? So that's number one, in terms of the impact that YouTube has.
Oh, there it is. All right, please give it up for me, Sam. And then can we have anywhere? But I feel like this thing is kind of in the way.
Yeah.
Hey guys.
Can we have Hella? Give it up. All right, can we have Sophie?
Yeah. Yeah, Sophie.
And last but not least, Winter. Turn this one off. Alrighty, okay, let's get started. How's everyone doing?
Great.
Good? Excited. Alright, so for the next 45 minutes, I will be grilling these four right here. And then you guys will also have the opportunity to ask them questions. But before we do that, let's get to know them a little bit more. So if you can say your name, your channel name, where you're from in Africa, and how long you've been in the United States, for those who have been in the United States, for those who are visiting, how long you're visiting, and if this is your first time, all that good stuff. So we'll go from here. Yeah.
What's up, everyone? Thank you so much for coming and spending your day and time with us. My name is Hela Sidibe. I was born and raised in West Africa, Mali. I'm a content creator. I run, and I've been living in the US for the past 20 years now. I was actually talking to some of my friends. When you go back to Mali, they call you that the American is back. That's how long I've been here. And then when you come back to the US, they say the African is here. But yeah, so I'm happy to be here and share our story with you guys.
Oh, sorry.
Hi guys, I'm super excited to be here. My name is Winta Zesu. I'm originally from Ethiopia, and I lived there my whole life, basically till I was 18 almost. And then I moved to the US for college. I went to Kentucky. I went there for 4 years, and then I moved to New York 2 years ago. So in total, I've been in the US for 6 years. And I started doing content 2 years ago after moving to New York, because I was like, New York is where all the content opportunities are, and I'm like, oh, why not just create, because I'm already here. And I started doing content, and then once that started taking off, I started doing it full-time a year and a half ago. And yeah, I'm loving it, so.
Hi everyone, my name is Fisaya Fosudo. I've been in the US for a total of almost 2 weeks now. Yeah. This is my first time in the US as well. Yeah. Wow. It took you long enough. Anyway, yeah. I'm here on behalf of the State Department, which sounds like I'm doing CIA stuff. But, trust me, it's not. I've been making videos full time for 7 years now. I have a channel with my name, Fisaya Fosudo. I make videos about technology, finance. I interview business leaders, creative people. We've interviewed the Secretary of State of the US in January, and we've been renovating homes for people. We built a house for someone, renovated a school, giving them solar energy to power their school and pump water and stuff like that. So hoping to do more. I've been learning so much in the US, seeing robots, talking to the government, private sector, lawyers. You guys are lucky, man. All right.
Woo! Hi everyone, my name is Sophie. I've been in the US since 2014. So I celebrated my 10-year anniversary July 24th, 2024 this year. It was really exciting. I came here for school, so I was gonna be a lawyer. That was my mother's dream. And I just, over the course of the 10 years, I got my bachelor's in police sci. I have a master's in peace and conflict. So this is like a dream come true to be a Gabby. And then I was documenting life as an immigrant in the United States and just navigating what it looks like to be Nigerian first and Yoruba woman to then come here being Black and then also being, this Muslim and all these other things. So documenting that life, and social media went viral over so many different avenues, and so I started doing content, in 2017, blew up in 2020, and I've been consistent and doing full-time content creation ever since. I do like lifestyle, fun, viral content. The inspiration is to have young African women and just young women in general see me and be like, okay, like your dreams can come true. Like you can do whatever you want in life, and you just know you're gonna make it regardless. So yeah, that's what I do.
I'm originally from Niger, and I live in the Washington, D.C. area. I am a business attorney, so what I do really doesn't seem to directly impact creatives, but something that I'm very passionate about is intellectual property. So as creatives, how do you ensure that you are protecting your intellectual property? Because what you're to the point that all of you guys made, there is such a value in the creative space. But I think sometimes as a creative, one may not necessarily think about. I think it's easy to maybe undervalue your own self because something might come to you so naturally that you don't think to protect it, especially when you start off small and then through happenstance or through delusion or whatever, the ball keeps rolling and you go from having 5 followers to 1 million. So now you're really an enterprise, you're really a company. How do you make, I'd be curious to know, have you guys, to the extent you're based in the US or wherever you are, have you actually incorporated your brand? Do you have LLCs? Do you use attorneys? And I'd just love to hear the business aspect of what you do as a creative.
Anyone? Yeah, go ahead. Yes. I think one of my biggest things when I started, and something I'm really proud to toot my own horn about, is I think also because of my background, I was very, very strategic when I started out. So immediately lawyered up first, right? I spoke to a lawyer, made sure they understood what the creator economy was, and that way I understood when to get an LLC for tax purposes, making sure that even my agent is reading all of this information. I also have a lawyer for that. But yeah, I think lawyering helped, and also understanding that value, especially as a Black woman in America. A lot of times you're offered 0.0000% of what their budget looks like, and you have to fight for yourself because you need to understand your own value. A lot of times, my mom, if your hand isn't shaking, when you're writing that email out saying to that brand, I want this amount, you're too young, you're too small. You need to go bigger. You need to be terrified of that offer in that email, because that's when you know that you're about to actually get your money's worth and your value. But then one of my biggest things was also valuing myself. So I do have an LLC. I started out a year after I started content. I was making enough money to where I wanted to make sure I was protected with taxes. I have a entertainment lawyer as well because it just helps me with IP. I'm launching a podcast soon. Yes, and so I want to make sure that's also protected, and I also have lawyers to read out my contracts, make sure the usage right and stuff like that is also protected. Yes, it's a lot of money, but there's also a ton of lawyers now who do things pro bono for creators, just because it's also helpful and useful for you.
Anyone else?
Yeah, I also have a LLC. My name is Hella. That's what my birth name was given to me. And then in college, I got the nickname Hella Good playing football or soccer. So I have the Hella Good group. I started that because I wanted to protect myself. The reason I did group because I was playing soccer, I was training, I was making content. It was a lot of stuff that I was doing. I wanted it all to be under one umbrella, so I call it the Hella Good group. So if I'm training and somebody's paying me to train their kids, that's under the umbrella. If I'm making content, it's under. So the description of my LLC was content creator, runner, and trainer, all underneath. And then when I got an agent, I always knew my value, and I'm always like she was saying, we'd be like, I can't believe I'm just writing this email right now, but that's what I want. But as soon as I did take the leap of faith of hiring an agent, yes, they get a percentage. As soon as you see somebody email and you say, I'm gonna forward to my agent, and then they see that you have a representative, they take you 10 times serious. And then the budget, and I got thinking, okay, I was gonna get this X amount of money, but now with an agent, they triple, even though they're getting a percentage, but they triple. I'm paying them, but without them thinking, oh, they're taking a certain percentage, I wouldn't get anywhere where I was at. So having someone look out for you, brands start taking you serious, and they know that they can't manipulate with you, and they know that someone is looking out for you too as well. So having a representative, lawyer, and protecting yourself from Uncle Sam, you gotta pay your taxes. you better have an LLC, and you better pay quarterly, because you pay some fees if you're late. Yeah.
Maybe from the Nigeria POV, being in
Africa?
I mean, like, yeah.
Is it a different thinking for you?
I have everything, man. Like, I have to have it because I have to pay all the everything. I think it's very different in Nigeria. I don't know, like, it's I think I'm just compliant, Sha. There are a lot of people who, like it's still in the informal stages, but I have structure. I had to have that because I was having conversations with like the central bank deputy governor, and like these people are watching the things I'm doing, and they always like I get certain types of emails that I can't talk about, but yeah, it's like I had to like have all those things, and I also have like trademarks for certain terms I use in my videos, and I have a incorporated limited liability in Nigeria, yeah, so I have all of that. So I don't really have anything to add to this. It's the same thing, to be honest.
Okay, cool. Question.
Hi guys, I think you answered
Name,
all of it.
where you're
Yeah. So my name is Huguette. I'm from Rwanda. Grew up in Switzerland and just moved to Ghana. I call myself a human connector, and I visually change the way the world sees Africa and how we see ourselves. So by telling stories of creatives, by telling stories of impact stories and so forth. And one of the things that I find difficult. So my family and friends have been pushing me because I take really cool videos because I love people and I love how people connect, and I love my country. So I showcase Rwanda quite a lot, storytelling and creating experiences. So one of the things that I've been finding difficult in terms of creation, and actually next year I'm gonna sit there. I'll be a YouTuber. She told me that, but the thing is, like, how do you go from, because I work for the international organizations and working with heads of states and all of that. So one of the things that is you do not share pictures of who you are. So I come from that school originally, but it's impactful also when you're telling stories of what policy is changing and things like that. And you can see it's changing quite a lot. So how do you go from the imposter syndrome of saying that you're good at what you're doing, however, it's okay for you to be sharing it at all times? So how did you switch from being shy of sharing every day and taking the time to do that? Thank you.
Anyone?
I feel like you just have to stop caring about like other people and just honestly just do it. Like that's just from my experience. I used to also care. I mean, yours is different, but I used to care. I'm like, oh, I don't want my high school friends to see my content, like getting 0 views, like it's so embarrassing. But I just had to block everything out of my head, and I really wanted to take it seriously. So I'm like, if I don't post, like nobody's gonna post it for me. So honestly, you just have to do it. Don't worry about. I mean, I know it's not easy, but you just have to do it while it's hard and just get used to it. And that's kind of like what I did.
I like to say a lot of our community is ruled by shame. And that's like one of my biggest things, right? Like we grew up and you're being told act a certain way, do it, especially as women, right? And I want to push that back, right? I want that to stop because our voices deserve to be heard. The reasons why our stories aren't being told right now is because they were silenced in the first place. So when you are thinking of starting, start. Like people want to see that process. The biggest thing for me in my journey is the fact that I just posted about me being here, and my followers were saying, we remember when you started your degree when you moved to America. We remember when you talked about finishing and hating like that exam you took in college. Like they're telling me they've been on this journey with me. And so the impact of where I am today can be seen, and that story can be heard clearly because I documented it. And so there is no other you in the world, right? You are the only one that's you. And so you'll be doing, honestly, you're doing people a disservice because you should be documenting, you should be posting, right? So I really think you should start. I think that's the beauty of it. Like, start the video with, I don't know what I'm doing, right? Or you guys, in a year, I'll have a fancy camera, so now I'll start with this camera and you guys can watch me grow. Let them come on the journey with you. I think that's the beauty of it.
My dad said something to me, even though he's very like, I want you to do this a lot. But he said to me, Hella, I didn't know it was gonna kind of translate into my life right now. He said, Hella, the dogs will always bark. When a dog is happy, it barks. when it's angry, it barks. So you're never gonna make somebody happy. So whatever that is that you're doing, keep doing it, or somebody else is always gonna have something else to say. So if you try to make one happy, another person's gonna have something else to say. So I always say the dog's always bark, so you might as well do what you want to do. Yeah, and enjoy yourself.
Until I read an article from Rolling Stones that said the growing subsector of the creator economy are impact creators. And I'm curious if you all have an idea, because how can creators like me monetize, make content without becoming like promoting buying stuff, which goes against everything that I'm trying to advocate for. So yeah, that's it. Thank you.
I think it's all about clarity, right? Clarity and direction. A lot of times with creators, like when you start, people tell you to niche down, right? The idea is like you start sharing something, you niche down on it. A lot of impact creators do just that. Like they're sharing their goals, and a lot of like the revenue they're getting and stuff like that goes directly to a cause, and you understand when you're following that creator, it is for that cause. I think that's pretty much like the general idea of being an impact creator is whatever you're sharing, whatever you're amplifying is directly, helping that cause too. So I see folks who work with NGOs, who do nonprofit work, who do climate activism, who are speaking at the UN, who are meeting up with different brands. I also know creators now who might have started as like, a fashion creator and want to do more sustainability on that. So they're partnering and consulting with bigger brands, like, the ones who do fast fashion to try to like limit that as well. So that is something that they're able to share to also impact the growing economy.
Yeah, I'm sorry, does anyone else? Okay.
What are you guys doing to invest back into your content? Because you say you have 5 employees, right? I know what Sophie's doing. What are you guys doing more? Because I feel like because of the lack that we have, because of where we come from, we need to fight. We need to pour these resources, these opportunities that we have, and we need to create these productions, right? And we need to dream big and create opportunities and have conversations with younger people who are going to help you dream big and really, really think about like how massive can this get? So what does support look like from you guys' perspective?
I think in tech terms, the word for those other guys that are not the founders are the operators. So these are the guys that are doing everything else. So, somehow, like the founder or the face of the brand is the most glamorized person. And for me, just like I said, I'm really, really passionate about the well-being of the people I call my employees. I don't know, it's somehow to be paying 5 full-time salaries every month, even when I don't know where it is going to come from. Like all the time. I mean, I have a plan for them, but it's just scary sometimes. But what I'm doing is I invest in training for them. I pay for courses for them, a lot of courses. The first thing I did was everybody who got into the team, I took a typography course. It's by a professor of typography, actually. Her name is Aina Saltz, and I encourage anybody who is like a creative to take that course. So the first thing is everybody who I hire, they take a typography course, then they take a color theory course, then they take a video editing course, and they take a certification course by Adobe. There's Brain Buffet. They do this course and they also help you get certified as a video editor. So I take them through all of that, and I don't care how long it takes, but when they are better, they are actually very good. And all 5 of them are very good. Like, I'm not as good as them anymore. And I used to be the one that, was that. So I think investing in training is important, even though, just like I said, you shouldn't do this just because of yourself. Like, the ecosystem will definitely benefit. And my dream is, I would want all these other guys, when they leave, to start their own thing and become big, maybe even bigger than me. I don't care, but there's one person who left my company and is working with Adobe as well. So he's like amazing. He has like 100,000 followers, and sometimes I also pay him to do some stuff for me. And I don't only do YouTube videos. I do documentaries for like TV channels and like foreign companies and all of that, and those pay very well. And because I've built this like ecosystem of people that I can tap into, I've invested in them. We can actually work together, and they earn a significant amount of money, far more than minimum wage. Well, at least in Nigeria. So yeah, I think investing in training is like super important, and that's something I'm doing.
I think you got me thinking a little deeper. This is a good question because sometimes I like to feel a little uncomfortable because my whole mindset has been nonprofit. So when you say how do you help other people, like I have people back home where I help in other ways. So my way of like making sure they have shoes, they have clothes. But it's not about how you're helping them, but what are you gonna do so they can sustain themselves when I'm no longer there? So it got me thinking that. So my biggest dream for myself to have the nonprofit where it's for everything. If someone needs food, we have it, clothes, or they need cars or bikes, we have it. So it's not just for like one specific thing. That's been my ultimate dream. But you can provide that now, but can you allow them to do something for themselves? So the nonprofit I ran across the country for, they're giving shoes to people, but they're also teaching them how to resell those shoes, like washing it, like especially in Haiti, and then reselling it on the market where they can make some profit. So now you got me thinking, it's not just about having a nonprofit to provide people help, but give them a career where they can lift themselves up. You know, what's the thing? Teach a man how to fish, he can feed a man a fish, he can survive a day, or teach him how to fish. You know, one of those. It got me thinking that, so thank you for that question, because now my mind is like, okay, nonprofits are great, they're amazing, especially in the time of need, but also how can someone keep elevating themselves and continuing like what he's also doing with his brand, so thank you.
I also wanted to sort of like push the question also back to like the investors in this room and the government officials in this room, because we're all doing really, really well for ourselves, but also the creator economy is not stable, right? The idea is like the whole point of people saying they quit the 9-to-5 job and there's anxiety around it is because you don't know where your next check is coming from, right? This video might not do well, this other video might do well. This brand might pay you today, or they might do net 19, net 60, whatever. So even within that construct, we're all figuring out sort of how we're getting the money, how we're pouring it back. So again, going back to one of the questions you asked is about getting investors into the program. So if we had, like a Google sponsoring something on the channel, we know, okay, from now till X, Y, and Z time, this amount of money is coming in. I can invest in an editor, I can invest in a writer, I can invest in this too. And also, a different approach from the creator aspect is like being able to own and sell what I have to offer too, right? Okay, if I know I'm going to start doing this production, how am I investing in the folks who are helping me make that production happen? So I think it's a two-way street, and a lot of it comes from investment, because at the end of the day, like that's how we're able to help and sustain. I know with me, with my YouTube channel, I'm still like, okay, I can't afford to pay an editor for the first time in the 4 years, 5 years that I've been doing YouTube, and that took me a long time to get to, and I want to sustain that, add more editors and build a team around me, but that also comes from investment. I think the influencer industry is also really glamorized, right? It's like, oh, you have 100,000 followers, that means you have $100,000. It's not true. No, we all wish it, right? And I think that is also what I'm hoping to push from a lot of brands to see, like, there is opportunity to grow this economy. If you're able to, invest in Messiah's channel, in the Winter's channel, in the Hella's channel, in the Sophie's channel, if you're able to invest in that, we're also able to feed mouths as well, because there is a pipeline there.
Yeah, and I think one thing to add to that question, because when we talk about the creator economy or the creative economy, a lot of people are thinking about who's in front of the camera. I mean, even this panel, right? They're all in front of the camera. Whereas when you think about the creative economy, it's also the editors, right? The graphic designers, the video cameramen, like it's also all those other people, and they make up the creative economy, because without, and we say this a lot in music, I look after music for YouTube for Africa, and we say for an artist to be successful, they need a great team of people around them, whether that's a manager, a lawyer, a director, because if they don't have that team, and you even see, right? You see the difference between an artist that's really talented but hasn't blown, and an artist that is, talented, but like, you're like, how are they like blowing up so much? That's because they have a great structure and a great system around them. So when people are thinking about the creative economy, like, you don't have to be the one in front of the camera. You can be the editor, you can be the videographer, and at YouTube, what we try to do is enable, we call them behind the camera. It's like enable that ecosystem. Like, how do we make sure that we're providing training and opportunities and funding for organizations that are allowing people to be editors, to learn how to be an editor, to learn how to be a graphic designer. And again, we do it a lot in music because the artist is the artist, and they're talented and they have craft. But as a creator, when you start, you're everything. You're filming your own, you're editing, you're doing your own graphics. But as you start to grow your audience and grow your followers, and you have to produce more videos, you can't. You have to start hiring people. And sometimes, at least in Africa, there's not a lot of people to hire because they don't have those skill set, right? A lot of people are not thinking, I want to be a designer, right? Because they're wondering, like, how am I going to put food on the table being a designer? Whereas, like, if Thames blows up, Thames is going with a designer, right? Thames is going with a makeup artist. So it really is about and I think that's where governments can help too, because when you're thinking about providing opportunities for people to learn and for people to think about careers outside of just the norm, like this is it, right? This is like how, so thanks for that question, because we focus so much on people in front of the camera, but there's just so much behind that makes up the ecosystem. Okay, one last question and then,
It's really a comment.
Dad, don't worry, we'll make you the last one. Okay, yeah.
It's really a comment.
Okay.
Thank you so much, everybody. I'm Lungi Morrison from South Africa, and I am an advocate for the cultural creative economy, and I just wanted to add two things. The cultural creative economy is globally $3 trillion US. Africa derives only 3%. Beneficiation needs to happen on the continent. We get stars, and it's important that you're global, but it's a $3 trillion sector. It's cut up into fashion, music, art, creators, as you're called, but it's a broad economy. There are museums, and the Benin Museum is being built, and there's stories to be told.
Yeah. Okay, really quick.
Thank you so much. Sorry, I'll be fast. Hi, my name is Advocacy. I'm Cameroonian. I grew up in New York. So my question is just basically about like culture and global trends. So I know it's referenced earlier, we've seen like Afrobeats have a huge boom recently, and I think it like kind of served as a tip-off point for people to be like more interested or have a renewed interest in African cultures. So my question is just for you all. How has your culture like impacted your experience as a creator? So specifically any like advantages or challenges, like whether it's kind of standing out or having a unique perspective amongst a really dense population of creators, or what changes like have you seen recently with this renewed interest in African culture, and how do you think creators could maybe take advantage of those global trends?
Anyone? Start.
I feel like I'm from Ethiopia, so there aren't really a lot of creators, or it's like, I don't know, people like comment and be like, wait, she's Ethiopian, why is she posting? Is it like, they'll tag their Ethiopian friends and like, look at this Ethiopian girl like posting, like who does she think she is, like things like that. I'm like, what does that have to do with that? But anyways, so like the culture itself, I feel like you just have to ignore what people say and kind of try to make other people, like there are other people in Ethiopia also, they want to create, but they don't want to receive any negative comments and stuff. So I want to make the other people feel inspired. Like I want to show them that it's possible. Like you don't really need the approval of everyone, and you can like kind of change the culture and try to make it more normal for people to be comfortable to be posting. So that's my experience.
I also think it's like cool. Like where I feel like we're cool. Like it's cool now to be able to see that connection, the cultural awareness now that's happening with Afrobeats and the Avant-Garde. Like coming here when I first got here, I remember when I first started my channel, everyone's like, don't do that, like that's embarrassing. Why are you posting a video? Why are you recording, right? That's weird, that's different. You're meant to sit back, you're not meant to be in front of the camera and vice versa. And I think now what I see is pride, right? Being able to connect those dots and that bridge that I keep saying again, because I think it's really important. Like the Nigerian creative economy, I would reiterate, is like one of the most diverse, incredible, iconic things that's happening currently, right? Nigerians push a lot of the global narrative around creativity, Afrobeats, and so on. And I think for me, in the diaspora, I'm seeing them, engage with them, inspired by it. I think that connection is what's important to me, and that's what it keeps growing. And I want more creators in that aspect to connect that dot too. So even being here and saying, oh, I live in New York, but I'm able to, connect with my folks on the continent, it's important to have those conversations, that discourse, because the culture is shifting. Folks are looking at Africa now and saying, what's happening? What's next? And we have the ability to bridge that gap and be the voices for those on the continent, but also here, because we're in the US, right, for the most part. So it's also helpful to begin to have that narrative.
Yeah, when I was in Mali, 2018, a year into running, I'm walking out with my short shorts and the local are insane. What is this guy doing? It's like the culture is insane. But I said, if I was on a soccer field, you wouldn't say the same thing. I'm just technically doing the same thing. Instead of running around in the field, I'm going on a longer run. And then when I went back this time, it was a lot easier. Even my dad, I'll pick up a camera, I can see my dad smiling in the background. The recent video I did, and then I'm like, a few years ago, he would be like, look at this guy. What is he doing with himself? But the cool thing about it is like, culture is there for a reason, but also cultures do change, you know? How we are in our parents' generation is completely different. It's just gonna keep changing even for us and the future people in front of us. I did a trend, we grew up in Africa, and I'll say certain things back in December. And obviously Africa is a continent, there's multiple countries, but there's a lot of similarity. So basically I was like, we grew up in Africa, you're expected to get married, but you can't date. You're laughing. You grew up in Africa, when you get home you have to visit everybody, things like that. But when it went viral, and the amount of Africans that came in the comments and they can relate, they felt so good. They'd be like, oh, I'm from South Africa, but this hits so hard, things like that. So it shows that we have a lot in common. So these little things with cultural differences are there, but at the same time, a lot of people who are also sitting back there are scared to say these things or do things because they think they're gonna be judged upon or whatever. But when you see their reaction, it's just like, just go up and do you, because that's the fun part of it.
One of the things I want to also bring up is I like to look at the K-pop industry, right? And how that is pretty supported, and like, you feel like it's just an entity in itself, right? There's support, there's engagement, there's all of that there. And I wish this connectivity with Afrobeats and the creator economy to mimic that in a way. So it's also something I've been thinking of a lot of, with like, how can we start connecting that music that's happening right now? If that's the wave, let's latch on that, and let's find the creators who are also able to push more into that.
Okay,
Like,
one last.
K-pop is a very bad example. Because they have like 200 songwriters.
That's true.
And they like use like people like they it's a rigorous thing to get into a band in K-pop. But like I think the thing with the question is like storytelling. It all comes back to like how we're telling our stories, really. So yeah, very, very great answer on the final.
Okay, yeah, one last question.
Hi, thank you all so much for everything that you shared. So my name is Crystal Luster. I am from Chicago, and I am just so grateful for the engagement that I get from Africa. For whatever reason, out of nearly 2 million followers across my platform, Africa makes up about 20%, and I have no idea why, but I love it because they come to my content and my comments and they engage, and I want to know how to capitalize on that. I myself have never been to Africa. It is on my list. I want to visit several countries, but I'm also very careful to make sure that I am being welcoming and understanding of culture, you know, not like trying to appropriate, but just, you know, celebrate it and learn. And I want to engage in more opportunities to make more content that celebrates the full diaspora and everything. So I just wanted some input on how you all think I could do that.
What kind of content do you think?
So I am a mental health advocate, and I cope with comedy. So I talk about anxiety and depression, but I use comedy to do that. So I do a lot of reaction videos, skits, parodies. I'm a musician. I do all the creative stuff. I'm also an actress. And so a lot of my reaction videos that blow up are of different narratives that happen that mimic the same things in America, actually, as a Black woman in America, but you know, dynamics between husband and wife, or mostly parents and their children, and the similarities of growing up in that way.
I think comedy is a universal love language. That's why I was like, what kind of content do you do? Because I feel like that's a bridge in itself, right? Like if you're going to the continent, being specific about where you're going, but enjoying that and embracing that. I love to push the idea that the Black diaspora as a whole, right? The continent, the Caribbean, America, Black Americans, all of that stuff across the board. There is such a value in finally someday soon being one and united across the board. Because I think once we get there, that impact can be endless. So conversations like you're having now, of course they're interested. Of course they want to laugh too, right? It's not a they or an other. It's just who we all are. Like we relate to a lot of our shared experiences because we all definitely have shared experiences. So the beauty of that is harnessing that. Like everyone wants to laugh. Like I'd like to say like one of our biggest exports in Nigerian content is comedy, right? We see skit makers across the board too. So keep doing that, engaging, embracing it. Visit the continent. Nigeria in December is fire.
Okay, cool. Sorry, we have to wrap up.
Interested in the UN mission. Now, we want you guys to come and be interested in what we're doing, to come and report on what we're doing. You have audiences, you have a unique voice and a unique way of communicating. And so we really want to engage you, and that's why we want to invite you to come and be part of UnStoppable Africa. This is a new initiative, the Global Africa Business Initiative with UnStoppable Africa, this amazing event in New York. We're really trying to get creative talent together with business leaders, together with government leaders, to try and build a sort of a new narrative around Africa in particular, and Africa, not just as Africa, but as a global powerhouse of creativity, driving a new narrative for the continent and the world essentially, because when Africa wins, the world wins, and that's what we're doing. I also wanted to say I'm going to be 60, believe it or not, in 4 or 5 months in January. I'm going to be 60, and you guys have inspired me to become a YouTube creator. I'm serious. When I heard you were coming, I thought, well, hang on, maybe I should be doing this. They're doing it. And I watched your videos. I've been watching your videos thinking, well, if these guys can do it, I can do it. I was trained by the BBC, for goodness sake. I should be able to do it. If they can do it. And I started my YouTube channel on Friday. I've got, I've got 7 followers.
What's the channel name?
It's called, here's the thing. It's UN, capital U, capital N, small, S-I-D-E, out, O-U-T, capital.
You went out.
Unside out. Anyway. But anyway, I'm not plugging my own channel. I'm just trying. I'm not very good. I have a phone and a voice, and that's all I have. But what I do want to say is you're very welcome. You're all welcome. And we would really like to engage you. And the other thing I want to just quickly say, on a more serious note, is that you all have your own ways of communicating. You're doing some serious things, some sort of fun things, some kind of wacky things, some humorous things. The UN, it's kind of a serious place. We've got 193 governments that come together and they advocate for things like human rights and world peace and protecting the environment and looking after refugees and that kind of thing. So it's kind of a serious thing, but I would just encourage you all to keep that in the back of your mind, because these are the big global issues that are so important. They're so important to so many people. We would love it if while you're being creative, you also bear in mind those people that don't have shoes, that don't go to school, and think about what you can do to sort of support the ideals of the United Nations, because I think you'll find that those ideals that were created 75 years ago by the UN are actually the same ideals that young people still hold true today. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so let's go back to my question, which is...
All right, so my question is, what would you say to anybody aspiring to do singing or anything after coming from a small place, becoming real big on the national stage and achieving greatness? What would you say?
I think the advice that I would give is that there's no way except to grow in front of other people. So sometimes we want to practice and practice and practice and like get it perfect before we share it, but actually one performance is worth 20 rehearsals. So you learn as you go, and you actually get better by sharing your work and experiencing the feedback. So just put it out there, and you learn by doing.
Give me your information one more time.
My name is Meklit, that's M-E-K-L-I-T. It's meklit.music.com and on all the socials.
I appreciate you. Peace. Mel.
Peace.
Hey, you doing, bro? What's up, bro? How you doing, man?
I'm
Amazing.
bad. I'm still black and white America. Please turn me white.
Listen, my boy, it's not possible. It's too much money.
You trying to kill the nigga with an instant gun, ain't you? It's about me, you don't like.
This right here is this is the most powerful gun in the world. It makes you tell your story to the world.
Hey, the story is don't look at that. You have nightmares.
Hey, can't have nightmares. Another black man. You got it, my brother. What's going on, man? Ooh.
What, do we want it in front of the painting of Hannah with her foot? He wants it in front of the painting. He's directing. Yes.